I am Dr. Elizabeth Green, and today I am going to show you something that can save you from a lifetime of blood pressure pills. Something so simple, so cheap, and so natural that most people walk right past it at the grocery store without giving it a second thought. But first, I need you to hear something important. Right now, millions of people over 45 are swallowing blood pressure pills every single morning that cost $40 to $50 every month. These are pills that leave you dizzy when you stand up too fast, pills that drain your energy before noon, pills that cause leg cramps in the middle of the night, send you running to the bathroom every hour, and give you a constant foggy feeling in your head that robs you of your sharpest thinking. And the worst part? The pharmaceutical industry knows exactly what they have built. They designed these medications so that your body becomes dependent on them. The moment you stop taking them, your pressure spikes right back up, so you keep going back. Month after month, year after year, that is how they make billions of dollars off people like you and me. Not by curing anything, by keeping you coming back. Now I want you to think back. 200 years ago, blood pressure pills did not exist, not one. And yet, high blood pressure was still a problem then. People still suffered from it. So, how did they manage? How did people bring their blood pressure down before there was a pharmacy on every corner? They used natural foods, real ingredients from nature, things that grew in fields, things that were squeezed fresh every morning, things that cost almost nothing, and they used them the right way at the right time. That knowledge did not disappear. It just got pushed aside by a pharmaceutical industry that has no financial reason to tell you about it. Today, I am bringing it back. The natural solution I'm talking about is watermelon juice. Yes, the sweet, bright red juice from the fruit that most people think of as just a summer snack. A small, seedless watermelon costs about $2 at almost any grocery store. The juice you get from it is fresh, powerful, and your blood pressure responds to it faster than most people can believe. When I tell people over 45 that drinking a glass of fresh watermelon juice every morning can help bring their blood pressure numbers down in just 7 days, they look at me like I made a mistake. But there is no mistake. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand the exact science, explained in plain, everyday language, of why watermelon juice does what expensive pills only pretend to do. Watermelon juice costs about $2. It does what a $50 pill cannot. $2 versus $40 to $50 a month. No side effects versus a printed list of dangers long enough to wallpaper a bathroom. That is not just a comparison. That is a decision you deserve to make for yourself. Stay with me because I am about to show you exactly what fresh watermelon juice is doing inside your body, why it outperforms medication, and how to use it starting tomorrow morning. Forget all the complicated medical talk. Think of it this way. Your blood vessels are like flexible rubber tubes running all through your body. When those tubes are healthy, soft, smooth, and elastic, blood glides through them easily. Your heart does not have to strain. Pressure stays balanced. You feel good. But here is what happens over the years, especially after you cross 45 or 50. The inner surface of those flexible tubes starts to change. Imagine taking a brand new rubber hose and dragging it across rough gravel every day for 20 years. Eventually, the inside gets scratched, stiff, rough. The smooth lining breaks down, and blood cannot flow through as freely as it once did. What causes all those scratches? Too much salt over the years. Salt stiffens the vessel walls and pulls extra fluid into your bloodstream. Too much sugar. It damages the delicate inner lining like tiny shards of glass moving through. Processed foods, they trigger swelling and irritation throughout the whole system. Chronic stress, it sends your body into a constant state of tension that never fully releases. Decades of all of these things together slowly build up damage from the inside. When that inner lining gets rough and stiff, your heart has to squeeze harder to push blood forward. More force, more pressure. That force is what your doctor measures and calls high blood pressure. Now, here is the thing about pills that nobody explains honestly. Pills do not repair that inner lining. They do not smooth out the damage. What they do is force your vessels open using synthetic chemicals, the same way you might use a crowbar to force open a door whose hinge is completely broken. The door opens, but the hinge is still broken. The moment you put the crowbar down, the door slams shut again. That is why you have to take blood pressure pills forever. The damage inside your vessels is still there. Your body becomes dependent on that chemical crowbar just to stay functional. And all those side effects, the dizziness, the fatigue, the cramps, the brain fog, those are your body's protest against being forced open with synthetic chemicals day after day. Can you see how this creates a cycle? You take pills. Pills force vessels open. You feel okay for now, but nothing heals. So you need more pills. Forever. Here is where it gets really interesting. Because fresh watermelon juice does not force anything. It works with your body through 3 completely natural pathways to bring pressure down the right way. Mechanism 1. Your blood vessels. Get the signal to relax. Watermelon contains a natural compound called citrulline, but forget that word. Here is what matters. When your body processes fresh watermelon juice, it converts that compound into a powerful, natural, relaxing signal that travels directly to the walls of your blood vessels. That signal tells those stiff, tense tube walls to soften up and open up gently on their own. Think of it like sending a warm message through your entire circulatory system. Within 2 to 3 hours of drinking fresh watermelon juice, the walls of your blood vessels begin to loosen. Blood flows more freely. Your heart does not have to push as hard. The pressure eases, not because anything forced it, but because your body received the signal it needed. No crowbar, just communication. Mechanism 2. Excess fluid gets released. One of the hidden reasons blood pressure stays stubbornly high is water retention. Your body holds on to too much fluid, especially if your diet has been high in salt. Think of your tissues like a sponge that has been soaking in salty water for years. It is swollen, heavy, and the pressure that extra fluid creates affects your entire system. Fresh watermelon juice is mostly water, clean, natural water packed with minerals that help your kidneys gently release that trapped fluid. This is why within the first 2 or 3 days, many people notice their rings fitting more loosely. Their ankles feel less puffy. That tightness in their face and hands in the morning starts to ease. This is why you notice things getting lighter and less swollen. Your body is releasing years of stored pressure, one morning glass at a time. Mechanism 3. The inner damage begins to heal. This is the part that no synthetic pill can do. Watermelon juice carries protective nutrients that reach the rough, scratched inner lining of your blood vessels and begin a gentle repair process. They reduce the swelling and irritation that has been building up for years. They help your body lay down a smoother, healthier surface where the damage once was. Your body can finally start healing the damage, not just working around it. Think of it like sanding down and sealing that rough, gravel-scarred hose from the inside. Flow improves, pressure drops, and this time it is real, because the actual cause is being addressed. Still with me? Good. Because this next part explains why the time of day and the preparation method matter so much. And it is the exact reason most people who try watermelon give up too early without ever seeing results. Not all watermelon juice is the same. This is critical. And getting this wrong is why most people who try this casually never see real results. You cannot just eat a slice of watermelon with a salty meal at dinner and expect your blood pressure to shift. That is not how this works. The timing, the form, and what surrounds it all matter. Here is what nobody tells you about watermelon and blood pressure. First, it must be fresh juice, not the bottled watermelon drinks you find at the store. Those are loaded with added sugar and preservatives that cancel out everything watermelon naturally does. You need real watermelon blended or pressed fresh at home. It takes 3 minutes. There is no excuse to skip it. Second, the time of day matters enormously. Drinking fresh watermelon juice first thing in the morning on an empty or near-empty stomach gives your body the best possible chance to absorb the natural compounds before anything else interferes. When your stomach is empty, the juice moves quickly through your system. The natural relaxing signals reach your blood vessels fast. By mid-morning, your vessels are already responding. Drinking it with a heavy meal slows absorption dramatically. The compounds get mixed up with everything else in your stomach, and your body cannot process them efficiently. You get a fraction of the benefit. Third, seeds matter less than you think, but the rind matters more. The white part, just inside the green rind, actually contains the highest concentration of the natural relaxing compounds. When you juice or blend your watermelon, include a small amount of that white inner rind. Most people throw it away without knowing they are throwing away the most powerful part. That specific combination, fresh watermelon including the inner rind, consumed first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, is what separates the people who see results from the people who say watermelon did nothing for them. Here is what you can realistically expect over 7 days when you follow this protocol correctly. Days 1 and 2. Your body is absorbing and adjusting. Blood pressure numbers may not shift dramatically yet, and that is completely normal. What most people notice first is that they feel slightly less tense overall. Sleep quality begins to improve on night 2 for many people. Some notice they wake up with less puffiness in their face. Your body is receiving the signal. The response is coming. Days 3, 4, and 5. This is when changes become measurable. Most people following this protocol see their top blood pressure number drop by 3 to 6 points in this window. Bloating and fluid retention begin to ease noticeably. Those persistent dull headaches, the kind that sit heavy at the back of your head, begin to fade. Energy in the afternoon improves because your heart is not working as hard to push blood through stiff vessels. Days 6 and 7. The improvement becomes clear and consistent. Morning readings start looking noticeably different. Most people see a total drop of 9 to 14 points on their systolic number, the top reading, by the end of the 7th day. That constant feeling of pressure and heaviness that many people carry in their chest and shoulders starts to lift. Thinking feels sharper. Breathing feels easier. People around you may notice you seem more relaxed, because you actually are. These are real, measurable changes, because the actual cause is being addressed at its root, not temporarily overridden. Here is exactly what I recommend you do starting tomorrow morning. Go to your grocery store today and pick up one small seedless watermelon. They typically cost between $2 and $3. Organic is better if available, but regular is perfectly fine. One small watermelon gives you enough juice for 4 to 5 mornings. Step 1. Every morning when you wake up, before coffee, before breakfast, before anything else, cut a generous 2-cup chunk of fresh watermelon. Include a thin slice of the white inner rind from the same piece. Step 2. Place everything into a blender. Add nothing. No sugar, no lemon yet, no water. Blend for 30 seconds until completely smooth. Step 3. Pour through a fine strainer or drink it as is if you prefer the thicker texture. Either way is effective. You are looking for roughly 1 full cup, 8 ounces, of fresh juice. Step 4. Drink it slowly over 5 to 10 minutes. Do not gulp it down. Let it move through your system at a natural pace. Step 5. Wait at least 20 to 30 minutes before eating breakfast or drinking coffee. This gives your body time to begin absorbing the natural compounds without interference from other foods. Step 6. Repeat every morning for 7 consecutive days. Do not skip days. The results build cumulatively. Each day adds to the last. Skipping breaks the cycle your body is building. That is it. Simple, affordable, and impossible to get wrong once you know the steps. Here is something worth knowing. When watermelon juice begins working on your blood pressure, it does not stop there. The same natural compounds that help your blood vessels relax also support deeper, more restful sleep. Many people report that by night 3 or 4 of this protocol, they fall asleep faster and wake up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in years. This happens because a calmer circulatory system means a calmer nervous system, and sleep quality follows naturally. Watermelon juice also supports your joints and muscles. The anti-swelling properties that help your blood vessel lining also reduce the general inflammation that causes stiff knees in the morning, sore lower backs, and that general achiness that most people over 50 just accept as normal. It does not have to be normal. And there is one more benefit that surprises people: skin. The natural compounds in watermelon juice support your skin's ability to stay hydrated and elastic from the inside. Many people notice within 2 weeks that their skin looks slightly more even, slightly more glowing, not because of any cream, but because their blood is flowing better and their body is more hydrated at a cellular level. Here is something that will make you angry, and it should make you angry. The supplement industry has figured out that watermelon works. They have seen the research. So now they sell watermelon extract in capsule form, watermelon powder in tubs, and citrulline concentrate in bottles, and they charge you $25 to $45 for a 1-month supply. But here is what they are not telling you. Those supplements go through heating, processing, and chemical isolation steps that destroy most of the beneficial natural compounds before the product ever reaches your hands. The compounds in whole fresh watermelon work as a complete system, dozens of nutrients supporting each other the way nature designed. When manufacturers isolate one compound, strip it from everything else, heat it during processing, and press it into a capsule, that natural system falls apart. Your body absorbs a fraction of what it would absorb from real fresh juice. The compounds that made watermelon effective in its whole natural form are mostly gone by the time that capsule reaches your stomach. So you are paying $35 to $45 for a processed powder that delivers a shadow of what $2 worth of fresh watermelon delivers every single morning. That is not a comparison. That is a scam. And the only reason it keeps working is because most people do not know what you now know. As you get older, your blood vessels naturally lose some of their softness and flexibility. The inner lining does not repair itself as quickly as it did when you were 30. Your body produces less of its own natural relaxing signals over time. These are real biological changes, and they are a major reason why blood pressure tends to climb in your 40s, 50s, and beyond. But here is what nobody says out loud. Your body has not lost the ability to heal. It has just lost the right inputs. When you give your blood vessels the natural signals and nutrients they need, the ones they were designed to receive from real whole foods, they can still respond, they can still soften, they can still improve. The capacity for healing is still there. It just needs the right raw material. Your blood vessels haven't given up. They're waiting for what watermelon gives them. You are not too old for this. Your numbers are not locked in forever. Real improvement is still possible. At 50, at 60, at 70, your body is listening. You just have to speak the right language. One important point before we finish. If you are currently on blood pressure medication, do not stop taking it without your doctor's approval. That is not what I am suggesting here. But do add fresh watermelon juice to your daily morning routine. Keep taking your pills exactly as prescribed. What I am asking you to do is give your body a natural tool alongside what you are already doing. Monitor your blood pressure closely. Write down your numbers every single morning, before coffee, before food, after 5 quiet minutes of sitting still. Top number, bottom number, date, every day. Within 7 to 14 days, you will very likely see those numbers dropping in a consistent direction. When that happens, bring that notebook to your doctor. Show them your log. A good doctor will look at those consistent lower readings and seriously consider whether your current dosage still makes sense. Some people, working closely with their doctor over time, have been able to reduce their medication dosage significantly. Some have eventually stopped medication entirely under proper medical supervision. But never make that choice on your own. Work with your doctor. That is how this becomes a permanent, safe improvement in your health. Watermelon juice, 1 cup, every morning, 7 days. Blood pressure dropping from the high 120s or 130s, or even higher, down toward healthier numbers. Not because of an expensive medication with a side effect list that reads like a horror story, but because fresh watermelon juice gives your blood vessels the natural signal to relax, releases the extra fluid, creating excess pressure, and begins healing the inner damage that caused the problem in the first place. Starting tomorrow morning, do this. Pick up a small watermelon today, $2, maybe $3. Blend 1 cup of fresh juice first thing when you wake up, including a sliver of that white inner rind. Drink it before breakfast. Write your blood pressure number down. Then do it again the next day. And the day after that. Track your numbers every morning. Write them down. And watch what your body does when you finally give it what it has been waiting for. If this video gave you a real natural solution, you can start tomorrow. Something practical, affordable, and backed by how your body actually works. Hit that like button right now. And subscribe to Men's Vitality Hub. Every single week I share real, affordable solutions for people over 45 who are tired of being told that pills are the only option. Because they are not. And you deserve to know exactly what your options are. Tell me in the comments, do you have a watermelon at home right now? Or are you picking one up tomorrow to start this 7-day protocol? Drop your answer below. Your comment might help someone else realize that the solution they have been searching for costs $2 and is sitting right there in the produce section. 1 cup of fresh watermelon juice every morning, 7 days. I will see you in the next one.